Alright, so after allowing my subjects to recover a bit, we are going to be declaring war on Poland now. Make sure that you set the war goal to Krakow. And I'll also call in my allies just to make sure the war is easier. With Technology 7 unlocked, for our second idea group, we're picking Religious. Although I'm not going to take the idea yet, in order to core the provinces later. Right now we have enough splendor to buy our first idea. We're going to choose Aggressive Expansion Impact. With cannons unlocked, I'm starting to build some just to make the war a bit easier. Alright guys, so in 1481 I have achieved the Burgundian inheritance. And I think for the sake of this guide, I will actually leave this one in. Because I'm pretty sure 1480 was probably like the average year that most people would get the inheritance. Of course, earlier you saw that I got it in 1457s, but that I decided to reject. But if you guys get it that earlier, then take it. But yeah, the Burgundian inheritance, the reason why the Burgundian inheritance is huge is not just because you get a big PU partner, but because if you watch as the month ticks, it goes from 0.25 to 0.33. And obviously for the inheritance, we're gonna choose to keep the Union. Now we need to finish this war against Poland now. Otherwise the French might think to gank us. Alright, fellas. So the Burgundian inheritance incident did happen. And the French decided to back down, which is interesting. I thought they would have declared war, but I guess we're too strong. So anyway, now we are finally able to peace out Poland. This is the precise peace deal you want to do. And don't take too much because we want the truce to be as short as we can. And here's what we're going to do with this land. So you're not actually going to be taking all the land for yourself. Remember, do not use concentrate development. But we are going to release Galicia. I can't pronounce the rest. And then these other provinces, we're going to core ourselves. And later we're going to release the nation of Krakow as a prince. Now we've just inherited a big Burgundy who is losing a lot of money. Let's see, mostly from boats. Okay, let's let them delete their boats. I would have preferred if they didn't delete all their armies. Oh, they deleted all their armies. It's a big rip. In your case, in everyone else's case, I would highly suggest that you go to war as soon as you get the inheritance, so that Burgundy does not delete all of their massive amounts of troops, so you can use them to your advantage. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to declare war on Dalmatia to get them into the empire. And if we add up the development, 15 plus 8, 23. If we add them to the empire, that'd be 2.3 imperial authority. And when they join, Bosnia and Serbia will join. But it'll give us a nice boost of authority, so let's declare the war. And as you can see, oh yeah, that's right, we're in a regency council. We have to wait 3 years. That's unfortunate. But I guess it's a good thing that I got the regency council, because I think I'm too ahead in pace here. As you can see, it's 1483 and we have all this territory. But yeah, for anyone that does not want to rely on, once again, I'm going to say this again. If you do not want to rely on the RNGs, I highly suggest you break your alliance with Burgundy and declare war on them with the Imperial Liberation CB. But in this case, I decided not to, and it paid off. Alright guys, our regency has finally ended and we have a 141 emperor who is an embezzler. Now our imperial authority is getting very close to 50, so I don't want to declare war on Dalmatia, but I will declare war on this Venetian minor. just to get a little bit more Imperial authority, just to speed it along. Yep, 1 Imperial authority. I almost forgot. Let's just get some cannons. Stack wipe this army. They should be able to just peace out. Alright, our cores in Poland are just finishing up. Alright, we'll just kill those separatists. And then with cannons, we're just gonna barrage it just to make it go faster. Like, I have lots of mill power. Alright, now we just have to wait until we reach 50 Imperial Authority. And then I'll show you how to be able to get a lot more Imperial Authority in an instant. Alright, after just a few months of waiting, if you look right here, median voter is minus 4.3, Emperor is overextended minus 4.6, only core is Krakow. So here we're going to do a little trick. So we release Krakow, take the reform, and then now we're going to feed Krakow the provinces that we just cored. And switch to HRE map mode, watch the Imperial Authority. And just from them 3 joining, we get 18 Imperial Authority. So now we're going to declare war on Dalmatia to get them to join the Empire. Alright. Now we can peace out Dalmatia to let them join the Empire. 24 Imperial Authority. Now, let's watch. Bosnia joins. 28. Serbia joins. 37. Alright. So now, I think we'll declare war on Hungary, but first I want to... Can we use Expand Empire on Montenegro? I think Hungary is too big. Okay, we'll put some claims on their most developed provinces. And then we'll declare war on Hungary. Ragusa is in a trade league with Montenegro. That's interesting. But in any case, we are going to full annex Hungary now. Alright. And now we full annex Hungary. But what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna release Croatia. That's another vassal. And we just need 5 more Imperial Authority. Alright, so instead of waiting for the Hungarian cores, I realized that I'm bleeding way too much Imperial Authority, so we're just gonna cancel all these, and instead we're just gonna release Hungary. The Liberty Desire should not be too high. There we go. We'll just pass the next reform, Perpetual Diet, and then with Hungary joining, it'll give us 12 Imperial Authority. And I just got a notification that the Ottomans will be attacking the Karakoyunlu really soon. So we'll wait for that. And also, I decided to start building the spy network on France. Unfortunately, it does mean we lose the second gold mine. But it shouldn't be too much of a hit to the economy. And there's the declaration of war. So we're just gonna wait just a little bit. And now that we have artillery cannons, we'll be able to shred the Ottoman forts before they even knew how to hit them. But yeah, we're going to use Reconquest. And when this war is... and if I am correct, this should be just enough war score that I can take back all their cores. Yes, I can. So at the end of this war, both of these guys should be able to join the Empire. Alright, after a long, hard war, we are now able to peace out the Ottomans. Sadly, I'm pretty sure we're about to overflow an Imperial authority once they do join the Empire. So let's see. Now we are immediately going to go over here and enforce religion on both of them. Now let's see. Alright, now that they've both joined. It appears I was wrong. Ooh, okay. Alright, regardless. We can go to war with Poland in just a few months. And now we can take the first centralization reform. But now the Ottomans have been properly dealt with. With just these nations in our swarm, we were able to absolutely overwhelm them. But now, it is time to get the personal union with Poland. I forgot to mention this, but once I conquered Hungary, I just took the Royal Hungary mission, which gives me more manpower. Now, my plan here is once I PU Poland, we are going to finally declare war on France. But anyway, let's get ready for the Poland war. Alright, the truce with the Polish have just ended, and now we're going to do restoration of union. Crazy story, but the audio from this clip got corrupted. But what I was trying to explain here is that sometime by 1500, Protestantism will spawn. To make it easier for yourself, it's best to destroy the first center when it spawns. The best case scenario is that the center spawns on an OPM who is not at war, so that way they'll flip immediately. In this case, it spawned on Hamburg. Since they are a free city, I did not want to declare war on them directly, but I noticed that they were still in a trade league with Riga, who I had an Expand Empire CB on. So in order to save my stability, I declared war on Riga, so I can separate peace Hamburg for enforced religion. If the center does spawn on a non-OPM and not on the capital, what you're going to want to do is annex all of their provinces except the one with the center, enforce religion, and the center should disappear. And then after that, you should immediately give back their provinces. Alright, so we have fully occupied. We stormed down the fort in Hamburg. So now we should be able to just force religion. And voila, center reformation has been disappeared. Now the next two centers, they'll spawn pretty quickly. Nowadays, the game is now scripted to where nations like England, the Danes, Sweden, Brandenburg, Saxony, they'll convert to Protestantism. So we're just going to have to wait for that and declare war. If it spawns outside the empire, then it's fine. But if it spawns like in Brandenburg or Saxony, we need to attack them to destroy the center. But for now, we're safe. And pretty soon, right now, I think I can get the union over Poland. But what I think I want to do is to take this, because I want to release Wallachia as another vassal to join the empire. Alright guys, I was just checking the religious map, and just as I predicted, England and Denmark have both converted. Now the English center reformation is not really an issue for us, but the Danish one might be. So we're going to be keeping our eyes on that one, but it's although it might have been well, actually, this is actually better than Brandenburg, because if it spawned in Brandenburg, we would not have been able to destroy it, because they're too big to do that, so. But anyway, we're going to wrap up this war against Poland, and we'll begin our preparations to fight the French. Okay guys, so I decided against taking all that land because I realized that it might be too much diplo relations, so for the meantime, we'll just take these two in personal unions. So now we have both Poland and Lithuania as unions. We'll be taking this. Our diplomatic points is definitely suffering a bit. Oh, it definitely is suffering. But now we are going to focus on integrating the Bohemians. And I want to do that before we start the war with the French. And we also need to start improving with Poland. At this point in the run, we are pretty much unstoppable. Not nearly as Revoke Privilegia unstoppable, but definitely up there. But yeah, we need... We have a 16/8 Diplo relations. Let's see. Now I noticed here that I got a Restoration of Union on Palatinate, and then I realized that's because they summoned an heir. It's not really worth it though, since we're going to be making them into a vassal pretty soon. But we need to begin the war with the Frenches pretty soon. Oh, that's a problem. It would appear that the Bohemians don't like us. We took too many provinces from them. Oh well. Oh yeah. Also revoke your spy network from Poland, because that will just give us more bad relations. Now I don't want to start the war against the French quite yet. I think in the meantime, I think we can just do the Expand Empire War against Venice. We won't actually be able to take their capital, but with all these minor nations in the war, we should be able to just get enough war score to force them into the empire anyway. Oh, it's not even that big. But regardless. Okay, so all we need for this war is to just 65 war scores. All we need, and then we can force Venice into the empire. Alrighty, when this event comes up, choose the first option. It will be very useful. And also, we have just gained this mission that will give us diplomatic annexation cost, which will be very useful when we integrate the Bohemians right now. Alright, we just got enough war score to force Venice right back into the empire. And now I think we'll just declare war on this other Venetian minor to force them into the empire. Because, why not? Alright, after buying some crownland, selling crownlands and sending a gift to Bohemia, I'm able to finally start integrating them. So I also decided to attack Montenegro to join the empire. And now we're able to pass another imperial reform that makes imperial authority growth much higher. And now we have a tech advantage against the French. We're going to be actually preparing for war. And I noticed that one of France's allies is Protestant. So we will probably be going after them first. We're going to revoke our diplomat from Bohemia. And now it is time to declare war on the French for imperial ban. And for this time, we're going to choose on Lorraine. So the peace deal that we're going to be looking to do here is release as many nations that are not in the empire. Bang, 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 not bar. You want to release all these nations so that later you'll be able to diplo-vassalize all these guys and they'll join the empire later. You don't want to take these lands quite yet, because since they're in the empire, you won't gain imperial authority from them. And the imperial authority sapping that these three provinces are doing is negligible. So this is the peace deal we're going to be looking for. Alright, after a few years of abusing the assault fort mechanic, we're finally able to peace out the French. I separate peaced East Frisia to make them Protestants. But oh yeah, we are draining on that manpower. Okay, we're just gonna walk back to Vienna. And now here comes the kicker. Because now you see the next reform makes it so that all HRE subject princes are no longer occupy a diplomatic slot. So what I want to know is, if I can vassalize all these nations right here, will be enough? We can of course count the development of all the nations combined and find out. Alright, so I just waited a bit for our armies to recuperate. I think we can do it, I believe. If you look right here, none of our vassals are really too high liberty desire. Age of Reformation has begun. Alright, offer vassalization. Join the Empire, please. Alright, +8 Imperial Authority. Let's do Orlon. We are already at 46 Imperial Authority. We'll just need to wait a few months. Alright, after waiting just a few months, we are now able to take the very second to last reform. Now just watch as the Liberty Desire from this screen goes to 0. And just like that, all of our diplomatic power is back, baby. At this point, all you have to do really is to just sit and wait to be able to revoke now. As you can see, all the princes of the empire really want to marry you now. And also this event will happen where the Pope decides to leave. Sadly, the Pope is too big to force him in. So we are well, actually, we'll just wait until after we revoke to force him back into the empire as a prince. But yeah, at this point in the game, it's only a matter of time now to just revoke the Privilegia. I would also like to mention that during this time, you should be scoping out the empire to make sure that you have all princes in the empire to have at least positive relations with you. Because they changed it so that instead of needing to get all the princes to actually vote for the revoking the Privilegia, all you need is to get all the princes to have a positive opinion of you to get them to join you. I think in the meantime, while we wait for Imperial Authority to go back up, what I'm gonna declare war on the Ottomans, and I'll declare war on Ragusa to force them into the Empire. And from the Ottomans, I'm gonna try to take Albania, Corfu, and Crete as more HRE princes. Since at this point in the game we are untouchable, I'll just declare war on them with no biggie. We'll set the war goal to right here. And now let's split our armies. And now we'll declare war on Ragusa. And now we'll just win. Alright, so Ottomans are about to go on the attack. So I decided to just peace out for what I actually need here. And now we just release these 3 guys. If my calculations are correct. Alright, all 3 have just joined the Empire. All we need left is just a few more months of Imperial Authority. And we'll be able to get it. I finally integrated Bohemia, which gives us plus 0.1 Imperial Authority, but at this point I integrated them so late that it ultimately didn't really help that much, but integrating Bohemia is probably necessary regardless. But yeah, let's just wait for that. And there we go. We can revoke the Privilegia in the year 1516. Just making sure. Pretty sure all the princes love me, so now all we need to do is press this button. Oh, looks like 3 bar princes do not love me. But here we go. 1516 Privilegia revoked. There you go, guys. That is the end of our guide. From here on out, you can basically do whatever you want. No one on Earth is able to touch you, and it's so early into the game that you can do anything you want. This is definitely a free and easy world conquest. Very easy one faith, and if you really wanted to push yourself, you could even do a one culture with this. But yeah, that is the end of the video. Goodbye, guys.